Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee. Welcome if you're new. In today's video, I want to share 3 pieces of advice my father gave to me that I hold very dearly on dating and maintaining a marriage because I recently just got married with Sean. I personally tested out all 3 suggestions and I found them tremendously helpful. Even though the first one applies to young girls more than boys, I would say both genders can benefit from these 3 suggestions. So the first one is you want to elicit his desire to protect instead of his desire for lust. This is when you want him to stay for you in a committed relationship or marriage because for a lot of young girls, they're super attractive, they're super hot, and they have college education and a great job, but somehow or some way the people they're dating don't want to stay for them. They only want to have maybe a one-night stand or just as a situationship. And this is because if you want him to stay, then you have to make sure that he sees you not just as a fun time, but rather a potential mother of his own child. And you have to have them respond to his primal desire to protect, provide, and build a family with you in it. Neither of you have to be a person that wants child rather than there or at all, but this is a part of animal courting. We select our partners or long-term partners based on the probability of having a potential offspring with them. And if you don't see that possibility with them, then you wouldn't see the value of staying. And this is true for both genders. I mean, if you are a young girl, you want to find a guy that can at least provide some sort of sense of security for you because you want to, deep down, in your subconscious, you want him to provide a safe shelter for you and your potential kids, even though you might not want kids in reality, but that's your biology, that's your subconscious talking or thinking. And the same for guys. If they only see you as a fun girl, if they only see you as a vessel to have fun, and they don't necessarily have to stay for you, they can always just go back to you when they want to have some fun, when they're lonely. But if they truly see your value as a real nurturing and caring woman, they might respect you more and they will stay for you because in this case, you become irreplaceable. And again, some people might not like it, but this is advice, the one piece of advice my father gave to me that I benefit a lot from. And he even, my father told me himself that when he was young, when he was dating around, he had the options of dating really attractive, really pretty girls, but he eventually went with my mom, who was not objectively physically attractive. My mom is very short. She's 4'10" or 4'9" or something. And she's not really that into girly stuff, dressing up or putting on makeup and everything like that. She has very short hair, but she is she's a wonderful mother. She's very caring. She takes care of me, her family. She's a doctor. She takes care of people when they get sick, and then she cares for people. She makes a tremendously good wife because she's good with finances, because she's not into all the surface level clothing, makeup. That's why she saved up all the money to provide for my college education and my K-12 education. And that's why my dad went with her, even though my mom wasn't the prettiest in town. So that was the first one. The second one is you never ever want to talk shit about other people's spouses to their face, especially when they're still together, actively loving each other, because 10 out of 10 times they will pick their spouse over you, no matter how close you think you are with them. This is human nature. I wish it could be different, but our first loyalty will always go to our spouse. And it applies to both genders. And I've voiced my fair share of concerns to my girlfriends about their boyfriends at the time. And I've lost a lot of friendships over the years because of it, because no matter how valid your concerns are, when things don't work out between them, you will always be the one who was held responsible for it. And friendships will burn, bridges will be burned. maybe they will come back to you and apologize in 5 years, 10 years, but the unpleasantness will for sure occur between you two. And if you want to avoid situations like that, don't talk shit about other people's spouses. Don't talk shit about their choices in their choosing of a partner, because this is who we are. And my father, even though strongly advised me against it, talking shit about other people's spouses over the years, I had to try it out and failed miserably. So I am telling you that now. Do not try it. If you want, I'm pretty sure some people have tried it and got burned pretty bad. And if you have that experience, please leave it in the comment section below. And if you want to maybe voice your concern about certain behaviors that are crossing the boundaries, for example, domestic violence or illegal actions, then that's exceptions. It doesn't apply to the second suggestion. So I just want to say that sometimes you think you're really close to your friend, your girlfriend especially. You can talk to them about anything, and also it can be tempting when they talk shit about their own spouse to you, and it's in our nature to help and to help them solve their problems, and inevitably we will talk shit about their spouse with them. But it's different when they talk bad things about their spouse, because at the end of the day, they are still the ones that go to the bedroom together, not you and your friend. So, I mean, it's a two very different dynamic. And also, let's put it more realistically, especially when it comes to marriage, things get a lot more complicated because, for example, you're not the one who is sharing the mortgage payment with your friend's spouse is. So again, it's probably not really that wise to insert yourself into business that won't benefit you. And 10 out of 10 or more often than not, they come to you to vent about their partners just because they want to vent. They don't want any solid suggestions from you. If they do, they will go to their lawyers or their therapist. So that was the second suggestion. And the final suggestion is you want to learn to communicate to your partner's underlying message, not their emotions. This one, my dad really talked to me in length about for a lot of times. And I remember one time my dad was asking me, so did you ever have arguments with Sean? And when I said, yeah, of course we had it, my dad said he was so relieved because a lot of people say they have the perfect relationship, they have perfect marriage. That's a big red flag, because if you are in agreement with your partner all the time, it means somebody is not being honest. It means somebody is lying to themselves or to their partner about what they really think. And in this case, you really need to be able to communicate your differences in a more effective or productive way. So a lot of people tend to act very emotionally to certain disagreements or certain small conflicts, and it's very misleading because people might think, why are you so jumpy? Why are you getting so angry over just me forgetting about buying salt on my way back home? But what this person is really angry about is not the salt, because anybody can get salt. It's very cheap. It's very easy to get anywhere you can get it. It's mainly the lack of consideration or lack of empathy or being not heard. It's that's building up to this anger. And you want to find the underlying core message your partner is trying to tell you, instead of what they're trying to present to you through their emotions, because emotions can be very misleading and it can be very irrational. But as adults, if you want to maintain a relationship, if you want to make your communication more productive, then you have to find their core message. And this requires you you to read between the lines and be very self-introspective. So it requires you to talk to more than just your spouse. It can require you to do self-journaling or talking to a therapist or your family members who are more matured, who are more experienced, who can guide you. But this takes a lot of work and collaborations. So all these 3 suggestions I do find really helpful and wise. I don't know what you think about them. Please leave a comment section below about your thoughts on these pieces of advice and whether you think they might be helpful to you, or what other suggestions you have for people that want to have a committed and sustainable relationship. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll hopefully see you soon in the next video. Take care, stay healthy.